Hey guys, Lucas Catton here. And today I want to talk about some of the differences between connection and separation. And, aside from the obvious, connection is really the point of where we feel most together, right? That's where love is. That's where support is. That's where we feel belonging. When we feel comfort, encouragement, security. All those things come from connection. And separation obviously is the opposite of that in many ways, where that's where isolation is. That's where a sense of otherness comes from. When we feel sad, lonely, whatever, right? When people have this sense of separation, that's where things start to, or people have a tendency to do things either to themselves or others that are harmful. And connection is the opposite of that. When people feel connected and when they feel really a part of something, not just some small group, but a larger group of humanity, then those tendencies to harm themselves or some other people go away. And unfortunately, there's so much in our society today, and it's been around for forever, I'm sure, but really today with the continued uh, constant barrage of media and social media messages about how people are different than us, or how we're opposed to what they believe or they think or they feel, or who they are, or that kind of thing. And when we have this tendency to label or categorize this otherness as being different from us, and how that is somehow less than, because that's how it gets betrayed, that it's less than who we are, especially when we go into politics and race and religion, gender, economics, lifestyle choices, all of these different things that are frankly going to be different from one person to another anyways, even within these smaller groups. But when that then gets put into this otherness category of being less than who we are and somehow um, undesirable, then that's where we have greater separation. That's where it becomes easier for people to commit harmful acts against other people. That's where things like, even small acts of talking down or making fun of, which happen very easily on social media, commenting about people, making really terrible remarks, things that can actually cut very deeply, though, to much more physical, violent acts, and including all the way to genocide and killing millions of people, because this sense of separation rather than connection makes those things possible. And when we continue to judge other people, right, as being these others, in that regard, and lose sight of the fact that we are where we are in most cases because of where we've been born, totally out of our control, or what we've been raised in. Again, not something that any of us actually chose to be. And yet there's somebody who might be down the street or potentially across on the other side of the world who also didn't choose to be born where they were born, or to be in whatever environment or community they're in. And the fact that they were taught what they were taught and believe what they believe or have what they have is, uh, not the same as us, is not their fault, right? Just like it's not our fault. And people, by and large, do the best they can with what they have and mean uh, to, they don't normally want to, or it's not the natural tendency to cause harm to others unless they're taught that by some of this beliefs of otherness and separation. So my only point in some of this rambling is that I think we all inherently seek connection and want to have meaningful connection, not just with our immediate family and the groups and work and school environments and things like that we participate in, but beyond that, and being able to feel safe and walk out in the street, any street, and not feel like there's a potentiality of being harmed or ridiculed or criticized in some way for looking, feeling, acting, believing differently than someone else. And so as we, especially get into, more political stuff with another election in the US coming up and things like that, the fighting that occurs and the finger pointing that is, oh, these people are so terrible because my opinions or my party is without a doubt the best. Or, I talk about this in some of the work that we do in the recovery field, that, oh, my recovery model is so much better than everybody else's, or whatever. Those things honestly are hogwash. They're just differences in opinion. And as long as they're not actively causing harm, then people should be able to think and believe and practice and feel and, be who they want. If they're not harming someone else, then so be it. It's okay for people to have differences of opinion. It's okay to have different political views and believe in different gods, or all these things. But yet we hold on to these things so tightly. And I know that there are people who may be watching this who are friends of mine who, might think about that and say, yeah, but that might be true, except for this one thing, right? Except for my political party really is the best, or my religious belief really is the best. And yet there's, going on 8 billion people in our planet. So there's more than just our little world out there. And the more that we can feel connected to each and every person, the safer our communities will be, and the more love and respect and joy and fulfillment we will all get from life. That's it. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and I wish you well, and look forward to talking with you soon. Thanks again.